good afternoon. It's so nice to see all of you, and I do appreciate you coming to listen to what I've got to say, which is just one aspect of what's happening in Greenbelt. I've just been on site and I'm extremely moved with the dedication of everybody. And I also learned that this is entirely a volunteer effort, minus a few staff that really work themselves to the floor. And so what can I bring to the Greenbelt? Maybe just a little bit of my personal experience. I'm going to tell you I am a medical doctor. I'm an orthopedic surgeon. And of course, on the NHS, I'm an NHS doctor. But 28 years ago, I volunteered to go out to work in Lebanon. And I was at that time a trainee surgeon in St. Thomas's. And like any Christian, I grew up studying the Bible, teaching Sunday school, and I taught a lot of the Old Testament, and I thought I knew the Old Testament very well. In 1982, one day when I went home, I switched on the television and I saw a city being bombed in a most cruel manner, and I must admit I couldn't get the name of the city, but I do get the name of the people who were dropping the bombs, and I was shocked because it was Israel. And coming from where I was brought up, I didn't believe that Israel did this to other people. I asked my church leaders, I prayed hard about the whole situation. Why was this happening? I didn't get an answer. I asked God and demanded from God an answer. I didn't get it either. So one day, just a few weeks later, an appeal came from Christian Aid asking for a surgeon to go out and treat the wounded. And that evening, I went back, and when I opened the book of Corinthians, and Paul was talking about growing up. Paul was talking about love. And Paul was talking about, now we see darkly as through a glass, but one day we shall see face to face. Now we know in part, but one day when we are grown, we'll know the whole truth, and we'll know even as we are known. So that moment, I understand that certain things in life I may never understand. I may not get an answer, at least on this side of life. But there are certain things which we can do. And now abide faith, love, and hope. And the greatest of this is love. And I studied this and went back and forth. And finally, I understood that God wanted me to give up my job, to go to Lebanon and look after the wounded people, and then begin a journey of 28 years. Of course, if you look at me in my daytime job, you just see a consultant orthopedic surgeon, but my night job is what I've given to do things for the Palestinians. Special people who are very, very special to my heart and whom God has shown to me. And I hope perhaps through this festival, you will be able to come to the events on Palestine, meet all these people who are running NGOs to look after the Palestinians, who will help them when they're suffering. And that, I feel, is part of our Christian duty. And I welcome you to all of my talks. Tomorrow I'm talking about Gaza. And this evening, I'm very privileged to be sharing with you, my witness to Claire and various other people, and Sue Platter on Palestine is still an issue. And then we'll be talking to youth on the question of human rights, and of course I'll be talking about Palestinian rights as well.